good against giants, or Handlock is really good against druids. I mean, Ek0p's got a lot of ways to deal with a giant.
Yeah, not this show. Well, he's going with Shaman instead, which a Shaman also has a lot of answers for the handlock. The Earth Shock deals with the Twilight Drakes. The Hex deal with at least two of the giants. So
Yeah,
this is pretty good. This is a pretty good choice too.
I think traditionally this is a traditionally better matchup for Shaman, but we'll see. I think we might have the cams backwards, but Ek0p is the one who is playing Shaman,
I think
and
that's right. Okay.
Forsen. Just meant for the mulligans.
Yeah. Okay,
So
so it looks like Forsen's got a pretty great draw here. He's got both a giant and a Twilight Drake.
yeah,
Unfortunately for him, Ekop's got the Earth Shock, and usually between the giant and the Twilight Drake, you usually choose the Twilight Drake just to maybe absorb some
yeah. I
damage.
wouldn't actually be that surprised to see him throw down the giant first.
Okay.
I mean, just kind of like there are fewer answers to deal with the giant than there are the drake, and the drake answers are also more efficient.
Yes.
So, yeah, it wouldn't be that surprising to see that happen.
Okay, he's going to lead out with the Earth and Farseer just to help him kind of fight off the board. Those totems, they don't do much damage by themselves, so that you can usually fight it off with one minion. But he's going to throw down a Flame Tongue totem, which is going to start putting some threats with those totems on the board. They're going to actually go ahead and remove. He's going to remove that Earthen Ring Farseer with a Rock Biter and attack with the totems.
Yeah,
Pretty.
Ekop's got some good board pressure here, and yeah, I mean, Forzen's kind of in a pinch here. I mean, he has to throw down either the giant or the drake, but if Ek0p has a hex, he can be really far behind. But
That's the nature of the matchup, though. You know, if the
yeah,
shamans have the answers in the beginning, then it can really snowball on the handlock. But fortunate for him, he doesn't have the hex.
that's true. He does have a way to clear the giant.
Yep,
Lightning
he
bolt
does.
and throwing a couple totems at it work just fine.
That's pretty good too.
Yeah,
It's a really
and the
great answer to one of the giants.
Yeah, usually you don't want to spend more than a card or two to deal with the giants. Sometimes two is kind of like the maximum that you can usually afford to spend. But
Mhm.
these two totems aren't really cards, so it's really just a lightning bolt. And I think Ek0p has to be maybe not feeling great about not having a hex, but being able to clear that giant really cheaply is gotta feel pretty good for him.
So it looks like he's trying to decide whether to get the Azure Drake on the board so he can really maximize that Lightning Bolt next turn, or to get the Feral Spirit. He's going to opt for the Feral Spirit and go for the full removal here, throwing those two
Yeah.
taunts into
I think
the
that's the
Melon
correct
Giant.
line of play. It's
I think
just
so
too
too.
dangerous to something like a Hellfire.
Yeah, he's going to be overloaded 3 next turn, so going to be pretty limited as to what he can do next turn. But he's got strong board presence here. Forsen throws down the Twilight Drake, but unfortunately for him, Ek0p, one of the
Perfect.
only plays that Ek0p has is the Earth Shock, which is perfect for the Twilight Drake.
That is actually literally the only play that he had, the only effective play he has, anyways.
Yep.
So
Ek0p looking in great shape here. Forsen does have a Shadow Flame that he could use in tandem with the Ancient Watcher. Can clear the board here. I think that's probably what he's going to do here, just to really reset things. After a kind of pretty slow start by him, he's only lost the Twilight Drake and a Melon Giant. Still got 3 Giants and a Twilight Drake in his deck, so still a lot more he can put on the board and really position himself to grab the advantage here.
yeah, and I mean, when we get a look at his hand, we do see he's got a big old Jiraxis in his hand as well. So if the game goes late, then Jiraxis has a chance of taking over. Although Harrison might have something to say about that. But yeah, I mean, Ek0p's still got the momentum, but Forsen does have a pretty big hand, and Ek0p's got to be concerned about those Molten Giants as well.
Okay, so Forsen throws down the Thalnus and goes ahead and removes that. Okay, so you're trying to see. Okay, the Ancient Watcher goes down, so Ek0p's going to be looking at a Lightning Storm. or no, he just drew a lightning storm. Okay, looks like the fire elemental is going to be going down. It's going to be a really strong play here. What is he going to remove here if he does? No, okay, he changes his mind on that.
I think if you Fire Alley, you just hit the Thalnos, and then hit for 4 and hero power. Next turn, you're looking at Flame Tongue Totem and Argent Commander, and with both of those, you actually get 6 damage from the Flame Tongue Totem in one attack rather than just 4, because you can play the Flame Tongue, throw down the Charger after your other 2 minions attack, and then attack with the Charger as well.
Yeah.
So he's looking at potentially a lot of burst damage next turn, and he's also pretty effectively playing around like double giant defender. Although double giant Sun Fury is a possibility.
If Forsen draws a Siphon Soul, which could be pretty good against the fire elemental here. His health is getting pretty low, but he's thinking about tapping again because again he's still trying to dig for some of those giants. Doesn't get it, gets an Earthen Ring Farseer here, so he's still going to be kind of behind the 8 ball here.
Yeah, Ek0p's actually 1 point of damage off of lethal here.
Yeah, he is.
Because he's got 14 points of damage, and just needs to push through that 1 more point. But it's kind of funny because he almost doesn't want to put any damage on Forsen just because of the Molten Giants. But it looks like he's just gonna go for it.
He's just gonna go for it. I'm a little surprised he's gonna do that too. He could really have set up the board. I mean, he is susceptible to a lightning storm, which it turns out that Forsen has. But he's just gonna go ahead and risk it, go for it, and I think it's gonna turn out well for him.
Yeah, he's not really susceptible to like a Shadow Flame or anything, just because he's got 2 Divine Shields as well.
Yep.
I mean, obviously we know that Forsen doesn't have like double Molten Giant and a taunt, but there's not a lot that Forsen can do on 1 life, and Ek0p's probably thinking, well, I can get through at least a giant and the ancient, so if that's all he has, then this is probably going to work out just fine, even though he can play free Molten Giants.
All right, he's going to throw down Jiraxxus just to potentially stay alive 1 round here. The 15 health at least keeps him alive based on what's on the board. There's only, what, 13 damage on the board?
9 points of damage after that.
Okay, 9 after removing the totem, correct.
Ek0p can draw 7 cards. Put it in the museum.
Exactly.
Oh,
this is going to be classic.
Harrison value.
The reaction here. Look at Forsen. Look at Ek0p.
Ek0p.
No power deck today.
Where's the Rex tablet? I know. Oh my. Alright, Ek0p draw lethal. Yeah, he drew lethal. With Thalnos and Lightning Bolt.
There you go.
3 spell power, 9 damage on the table, and 3 base from Lightning Bolt.
Harrison strikes again. That's the value right there. You're not gonna get better than Jiraxxus when it comes to Harrison Jones. And
that's the dream, right? Other than like a Doomhammer or something.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so Lightning Bolt's gonna do 5. It's gonna have 9 on the board, and that's gonna do
gonna
it.
do 6 because of the Thalnos.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be. Oh, it's gonna be 6 because of that.
6.
Right. Yeah. It's gonna be 6, and so Ek0p ties the series 1-1 in a best-of-5 series with Forsen, and that was pretty exciting